Kia ora everyone. Coming straight into our practice, finding your way to a comfortable seat, maybe sitting up onto a cushion or a block if it's there for you. Closing down the eyes, allowing the hands to rest down onto the tops of the legs. Take a moment to mentally arrive here on your mat. Lift up through the crown of the head and draw the belly in towards the chest. And take a moment here to ground down into this present moment, taking in your surroundings, tuning in with how your body's feeling today. Start by deepening your breath here. Inhaling in through the nose, fill up through the belly and the chest. Pause at the top of your inhale and then slowly exhale out through the nose, lowering the chest and then the belly. Inhale together. And exhale together. Taking a couple more, following your own breath here. And then when you're ready, gently flickering open the eyes, removing any cushions or blocks, and slowly finding your way into a tabletop position. We'll start by moving through some cat-cows to warm up through the spine. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, reach the head up towards the sky. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, moving vertebrae by vertebrae, really pressing down through the hands. Inhale, reverse it, opening up through the chest. And then exhale to come back into cat. Coming back to a neutral spine. And then on your next inhale, bringing the right hand and placing it onto the back of your head. Keeping the elbow high and kick the left leg out behind you. As you inhale, lift up through the left leg and the right elbow, and then exhale, draw knee to nose. Inhale, kick and lift it up, really twisting open towards the right. Exhale, draw it in. One more, moving with your breath. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, replace knee and hand and coming into the other side. So left arm comes out behind the head, right leg kicks back. Inhale to twist and open, really lift that back leg. Exhale, draw it in, knee to elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, kick it back. Really lift that leg, twist open through the side body. And exhale, coming back to your tabletop. When you're ready, bending the knees, lifting the hips, coming back into your downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths here, really grounding down through the hands, drawing the triceps in and under and lifting the sit bones up towards the ceiling. On your next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward and slowly start to walk your feet towards the top of your mat. Allow your body to become heavy, coming into a little ragdoll, maybe shaking your head yes and no. Allow the spine to really decompress here. And then when you're ready, releasing the arms and slowly starting to stack vertebrae by vertebrae. The head and the shoulders coming up last. Once you get to the top of the mat, reach the arms up overhead. And then exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, crown of the head draws forward. Exhale, plant the hands and step the right foot back, softening the right knee down towards the mat. As you inhale, sweep the arms up, coming into Anjaneyasana. Gazing up towards the sky, reaching through the fingertips. Take another inhale together. As you exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back and really draw open through the chest. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hinge forward, coming into a little mini humble warrior here. Stay for a breath. As you inhale, slowly start to rise back up. Release the arms, straighten through the front leg, and then as you exhale, hinge forward from the hips, coming into your runner's lunge, Ardha Hanumanasana. You can bend through that left knee as much as you need. Just slowly softening into the hamstrings on that left side. Taking your time here, using every exhale as an opportunity to soften. On your next inhale, rebend through the front leg. Ground down through the hands, lift the back knee and step the left foot back. Coming through a vinyasa, slowly lowering down the knees and then the chest and the chin, keeping the hips high. Slide forward, lowering the hips, coming into Bhujangasana, baby cobra. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, tuck the toes and press back through child's pose into your downward facing dog. Now that's your modified option for your vinyasa. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, lifting the heels, bending the knees, looking forward and stepping or perhaps hopping to the top of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, sweep the arms up, overhead, gaze up towards the thumbs. And then exhale, draw the hands through heart center as you fold forward, Uttanasana. Take an inhale, halfway lift again, Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, plant the hands and step the left foot back this time, softening the back knee down towards the mat. Inhale, open up, Anjaneyasana. Find a drishti or a point of focus in front of you. Really inhale, lifting up through the arms. And then as you exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, open up through the chest. And exhale to hinge forward, coming into your humble warrior variation on the other side. Staying strong through the legs, staying strong through the core. Inhale to lift yourself back up. Release the arms, straighten through that right leg, and then hinge forward with a straight spine, coming into Ardha Hanumanasana on the other side. Again, you can bend through that right knee as much as you need, and then just come down as far as you can with a straight spine, opening up through that right hamstring. Inhaling to find length, and exhaling to soften and fold a little deeper. On your next inhale, replant the right foot, ground down through the hands and step that right foot back, lowering down the knees, the chest and chin, snaking forward on an inhale, Bhujangasana, baby cobra. And then exhale to tuck the toes, press back through child's pose into your downward facing dog. One more breath here. On your next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reverse swan dive, sweep the arms up, overhead, gaze up towards the thumbs. And then exhale to stand, draw the hands in towards your heart center. Take a moment here, perhaps placing your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly, and just tuning in with how your body is feeling now after that movement. Take a moment to consciously be here in this present moment. Ground down through the left leg, and on your next inhale, sweep the right leg up and out, setting up for tree pose. Place the sole of the right foot either to the inside of the left thigh or the calf, just avoiding the knee joint. And then if it's there for you, drawing your hands into heart center or perhaps opening them out wide, coming into your tree pose. On your next inhale, draw your right knee back to center, stork pose. And then as you exhale, slight bend through the standing leg as you hinge forward, kicking that right leg back behind you. Imagine that you're kicking an imaginary door behind you, warrior three. Stay for a breath. And then as you exhale, gently step that right foot back, grounding it down at a 45-degree angle. And inhale, sweeping the arms up, coming into Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Back foot's grounded down at a 45-degree angle. Nice deep bend through that front leg. Inhaling as you really reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, open up through the chest. And exhale to fold forward, coming into humble warrior. Making sure that you draw that left hip in line with the body. And keeping strong through the core here rather than just dumping onto that left leg. Staying strong through the legs. Staying strong through the core. Inhale to sweep it back up. Release the arms. Sweep them up overhead. And then open out into Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. So nice deep bend through that front leg. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Left foot's facing forward. Inhale to flip the palm, reach the arm up and overhead, coming into your reverse warrior. 2 breaths here. Reaching through that left hand. Take another inhale here together. And then exhale, left elbow comes down towards left knee, right arm sweeps up and overhead, gazing up towards that top hand. Option to lift that left arm. And then on your next inhale, coming back up through center, straighten through that left leg. Maybe heel toe that back foot in slightly. Inhale, reach as far forward as you can with the left hand, and then exhale, draw it down towards the mat, grabbing onto your ankle. Right arm sweeps up towards the ceiling, gazes up towards the top hand. Imagine that you're really opening up through that right hip here. And on your next inhale, coming back up. Rebend through that left knee. Windmill the hands down either side of the foot. Step the left foot back and flow through your vinyasa, either lowering down with the knees or coming straight down into chaturanga. Inhaling up into upward facing dog and exhaling back into downward facing dog. Always feel free to take that first option that we went through with the vinyasas, bending the knees and coming down slowly. Otherwise, if chaturanga is in your practice, that's what I'll be cueing from now on. On your next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the top of your mats. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, rebend, folding forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reverse swan dive, reach up towards the sky, gaze up towards the thumbs. And then exhale to stand, drawing your hands into heart center. Taking a moment here. When you're ready, grounding down through the right foot this time. Left foot comes up and out, setting up for tree pose. Again, finding your drishti. Taking any options with the arms. Maybe you might like to try coming into a reverse prayer with the arms behind you. Inhale to draw the left knee back to center. Stork pose. And then taking your time as you hinge forward, kick that left foot back behind you into an imaginary door. Take a breath here. And then exhale to slowly lower the left foot down. Ground it down at a 45-degree angle. Nice deep bend through that right leg. Setting up for Virabhadrasana 1. If you need to readjust your feet, do so. And coming into the pose. As you inhale, really reaching high up through the fingertips. Inhale together. And then exhale to interlace the fingers behind you, maybe taking the opposite grip than what you did before. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, hinge forward, humble warrior. Drawing that right hip in line with the body, staying strong through the core. On your next inhale, coming back up to center, straighten through that front leg, release the arms and open up into your warrior two on the other side. Strong through the legs, soft through the face. Stay with your breath. On your next inhale, flip the right palm. Exhale, sweep it up and over, coming into your reverse warrior. Stay for a breath here. And then as you exhale, right elbow to right knee, this time left arm sweeps up and over. Again, taking your options. Maybe you stay there. Maybe you see if you can lift that right arm as well. Just for a breath. Inhale to come back up to center, straighten through that front leg. Heel toe the back foot in slightly. Reach the right arm far forward on an inhale, and then exhale, right hand comes down towards the right ankle, left arm sweeps up towards the sky. Reaching up through that top hand, opening up through the hip. On your next inhale, coming back up to center, rebend through that front knee, and as you exhale, windmill the hands down either side of the right foot, step it back, coming through your version of your vinyasa. Inhaling into upward facing dog and exhaling downward facing dog. Coming back to your breath. Nice, slow, steady inhales in through the nose and out through the nose. On your next inhale, lifting the heels, bending the knees and stepping or hopping forward. Take an inhale to halfway lift and heel toe your feet out about hip width distance apart. Take a little bend in the knees and then hook the peace fingers around the big toes. Inhale to halfway lift again and then exhale, fold forward, coming into Padangusthasana. Really lifting up through the sit bones and drawing the crown of the head down towards the mat. Breathing here. On your next inhale, halfway lift, releasing the grip of the hands, and then replace your hands facing up underneath your feet, coming into Padangusthasana this time. Breathing into the backs of the hamstrings. On your next exhale, replacing the hands back onto your hips. And then inhale to slowly come up with a straight spine. Draw the big toes to touch at the top of your mat. And take a moment here in Tadasana. Starting to ground down through that left foot. Draw the right foot up, coming into tree pose once again. Taking your options with the arms. And then drawing the right knee in towards center. Exhale, kick it back, warrior three, just for a breath. Take an inhale here. Gracefully as you can, step that right foot back. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, keeping the legs strong, hinge forward with the torso, coming into arrowhead. Inhale, sweep just the arms up, keep the body where it is. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, just the arms. Exhale, back. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale to interlace them behind the body this time. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, hinge forward, humble warrior. 2 breaths here. Draw that left hip in towards the body. Stay strong through the core. As you inhale, rising back up to center, release the arms. Step that back foot in slightly, setting up for pyramid. Make sure that both hips are facing forward. As you inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale to hinge forward with a straight spine, just coming down as far as you can go, keeping the spine as straight as possible. Really leaning forward with the chin. Drawing that left hip back into space. Breathing into the back of that left leg. On your next inhale, slowly starting to come back up. Sweep the arms up overhead. And then exhale, bend through the front leg. Plant the hands either side of that front foot. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, start to straighten through that front leg, setting up for Hanumanasana. Or if you're feeling up to it, maybe coming into your full Hanuman. Just taking it nice and slow here. Using our breath as a tool here. Inhaling to find length. And exhaling to soften. Surrender a little bit more into the pose. Relax through the jaw. On your next inhale, slowly start to walk the hands back in towards the body and uncurl yourself, coming back through downward facing dog, maybe rinsing it out with a vinyasa if that feels good in your body. And either way, we all meet back in downward facing dog. Take an inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees and step or hop to the top of your mat. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, overhead gaze up towards the thumbs. And then exhale, draw your hands through heart center. Coming into the other side, grounding down through the right foot this time. As we slowly start to lift the left leg up, coming into our tree pose. And taking whichever options with the arms. As you inhale, draw that left knee back to center. And then exhale, kick it back. Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Slowly and mindfully step that left foot back, ground it down into a 45-degree angle, reach the arms up. Exhale, come forward into arrowhead. Inhale, just the arms. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, arms back. Last one, inhale, reach the arms forward. And then exhale to interlace them behind the back. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, hinge forward, humble warrior. Strong through the legs here. Strong through the core. On your next inhale, coming back up, release the arms, straighten through that front leg. Step the back foot in slightly, setting up for pyramid. Again, checking both hips are facing forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, and then exhale, hinge forward with a straight spine. So we're really drawing that right hip back in space, really leaning forward with the chin first so the spine is nice and straight here. Breathing in to the back of that right leg. One more breath here. Start to bend through that front leg. Plant the hands down. rocking back into your runner's lunge, and then maybe if it's there for you, sliding both legs out into your full Hanuman. Again, just taking whatever option feels right on this side in your body today. You never want to force anything. Just tuning in and seeing what your body's calling out for today. As you inhale, imagine you're sending fresh prana, fresh oxygen to the backs of the legs. And as you exhale, imagine that you're softening, surrendering. On your next inhale, slowly walking the hands back in towards the body, and take your time to slowly uncurl yourself, pressing your way back into downward facing dog. Option to come through a vinyasa if you'd like to rinse that off, and we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Slow, steady breaths here in your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lifting the heels, bending the knees, looking forward, and we're going to jump all the way through to a seat this time, coming straight into bow pose. Option to straighten through the legs if you'd like, just making sure that your chest is staying nice and open. Staying open through the chest. Maybe see if you can lower down into low boat on an exhale. Inhale, bring it back up, high boat. Exhale, see if you can lower down to low boat. Inhale, bring it back up, high boat. Exhale to low boat. Last one. And release down onto the mat. Beautiful. You deserve it. Taking a rest here. And then when you're ready, bending the knees, drawing the feet close enough in towards the body that you can just touch the backs of the heels, setting up for bridge pose here. On your next inhale, tucking the tailbone, lifting the hips up, and then slowly starting to shuffle your shoulder blades a little closer in together, maybe interlacing through the arms if it's there for you. Option to stay here. Option to come into full Urdhva Dhanurasana only if it's in your practice and you feel comfortable doing so today. Otherwise, just staying in your bridge pose. Either way, taking one more deep breath here. And then as you exhale, slowly starting to lower vertebrae by vertebrae down onto the mat. Press the lower back in towards the mat. Draw the feet about mat width distance apart, and then slowly soften the knees over towards the left, over towards the right. Draw them back over towards the left and stay for a breath. Option to maybe hook that left ankle on top of the right knee and gaze over towards the right. Coming into a little spinal twist here. Release the ankle if you've hooked it, and then slowly move the legs all the way over towards the right. Hook the right ankle on top of the left knee and turn to face towards the left. One more breath here. When you're ready, releasing the legs. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze here, maybe rocking from side to side. And coming into a happy baby, you can grab onto the backs of the thighs, or if it's there for you, maybe reaching for the outside of the feet. Draw the knees in towards the armpits and feel that beautiful compression through the hip flexors. Maybe it feels good to rock from side to side. Taking any little last minute movements your body's calling out for before Shavasana. Maybe you might like to straighten out one leg at a time. Maybe you want to grab something warm for Shavasana. Taking your time here, coming through any final little wriggles. And then once you're there, really uncurling out onto the mat and taking up space. Allow yourself to become really heavy. Allow the shoulders to soften down away from the ears. Allow your whole body to really sink into the mat, knowing you're completely held by the earth beneath you. Resist the urge to turn off the video and just stay here for 1 minute, the most important posture, Shavasana. Starting to deepen your breath here. Maybe inviting in a little movement into your fingers and your toes. Taking an inhale and reaching your arms up overhead, having a nice big stretch like you've just woken up. And drawing the knees in towards the chest, slowly rolling over to one side. And keeping your eyes closed or your gaze soft here as you slowly find your way back up to a comfortable seat. Taking your time here. And when you're ready, drawing your hands in towards your heart center and taking a moment of gratitude just to seal off your practice here. Gratitude for your healthy body for allowing you to practice. Gratitude to yourself for taking the time out to do this. And anything else that you can find gratitude for today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. The light in me sees and honors the light within you. Namaste.